What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Oscar Panelos. Bringing you a video today. Leave a like and comment, subscribe, click the bell icon, don't forget to share with friends. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about free weights versus machines. If you're someone who's already started working out or who is thinking this first before you even touch weights, because if you can't even handle your body weight, if you don't know how to execute proper form on different exercises, you have no business going around and lifting any weights. In my experience, every time I see a beginner and I tell them to squat, their squat looks horrible. And whenever you're not doing an exercise properly, you're gonna hurt yourself, especially if you start loading on weight. I would never tell a beginner to get under a barbell, even if it's just a barbell, and start squatting, because immediately, if you're one of those people that doesn't know how to squat properly, you're gonna hurt either your knees, you're gonna hurt your neck, you're gonna hurt different parts of your body. Free weights, I think, are better because it forces our muscles to work a little harder compared to machines. When you're on a machine, you're in a fixed position. You can only move the weight at a certain angle in a certain way, and sometimes these fixed positions aren't natural to the way that our bodies are moving, because everyone's going to be moving differently. We all have different joints in terms of how our bones are inserting into our joints and how it's built. Some of us have longer arms, some of us have longer legs, shorter torsos, longer torsos. All these things go into account when you're lifting free weights, and they also play a factor when you're lifting whenever you're using machines. The reason why I would choose free weights over machines is because it's a more natural movement pattern for most of us. Unless you're trying to really isolate your muscle, or unless you're a beginner and you're trying to feel the muscle, get a feeling for how to engage that muscle, then yeah, machines are really beneficial. Am I demonizing machines? No, they have their place in your workouts. But in general, I personally believe that free weights are the better way to go, because in life, it's a little bit more functional. If you're doing a squat with a barbell, it's gonna transfer over to other things. If you're doing a deadlift with a barbell, it's gonna help you picking up stuff from the ground instead of being on a machine. The machine dictates how you move, but your body doesn't work that way. Your body structure dictates how you move, not the machine. So you should be doing free weights over machines most of the time. Obviously, like I said, there's times when machines do have their place when working out. Also, machines lead a lot of people to really, what's the word? To really abuse the machines. So some people will load up weight on a machine and they won't be even executing the exercise properly, where if you're using free weights, there's very little way to cheat that exercise. You can have bad form on free weights, but if you're using free weights, you're not going to be able to cheat that weight a lot. For example, if someone's on a leg press, they might throw on more weight than they can handle, and instead of going through the full range of the movement, they'll probably just go a quarter of the way, half of the way. They won't actually go the whole way, because it's a machine, and they're so inside their head, and their ego is so high that they don't care about doing the exercise properly. They just want to throw on so much weight to impress other people, and they just want to stroke their ego. Where if you do a deadlift, which is similar to the leg press, your legs are pushing into the ground to bring that weight off the ground. That's how you should be doing the deadlift. If it's not, then there's an issue. If you compare the deadlift, a barbell deadlift, to a leg press, there's very little room for cheating. That's why it's called a deadlift, because you're deadlifting. You're lifting dead weight from the ground. Whenever you're lifting that weight, you're gonna have to come all the way up, and whatever weight you can lift is the weight you can lift. You're not gonna go past the weight you can lift. On the leg press, you can throw on 2, 3, 4, 5 plates, and you could be above what you're actually capable of moving. But since it's a machine, you only have to go a quarter of the way. On a deadlift, you have to make you either lift it or you don't. You come up all the way and you perform the exercise properly, or you don't. There's small room for cheating. Obviously there is going to be error in people's form and techniques, but if you compare a free weight to a machine, there's less room for that cheating to occur. Before you tell me that you can cheat on exercises, yes, I know you can cheat on exercise with free weights. I've seen people do it all the time. They take dumbbells and they just start throwing them everywhere, or they're doing a bench press and they're just bouncing off their chest. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people getting on weights, on machines, and they only do a quarter of the exercise, a half of the exercise. They throw on so much weight. If you're going past how much you can do on a free weighted exercise, you're gonna see it. Others are gonna see it. You're gonna know that you shouldn't be doing that weight. Either one, because you're gonna be using momentum and your body's gonna find a way to make up how much more weight you're actually capable of using. So for example, if you're curling with a dumbbell, you're probably going to be swinging it, and you're not going to be controlling that weight all the way through the movement. If you're bench pressing more than you can with a barbell, you're either, and hopefully you're not doing it, you're either going to be bouncing it off your chest, or you're not even going to come down all the way. Because I've seen people load up so much weight on a barbell and they don't come down all the way. They come down like halfway, a quarter of the way, and they call it a rep, when in reality you want to make sure you're going through that full range of motion, you're going through that full movement. But overall, in my opinion, free weights have more of a transfer over to just life in general, because we're not robots. My joints and the way my joints move are going to be different on the way that your joints move, and also the levers of our body, meaning how long our arms are in relation to our body, our torso, our leg length. All this is going to affect how we move. So I might do a squat differently because my femurs, my thighs are longer than someone else's, and their thighs are shorter, so they're going to have to squat differently than I will. Does the machine take this into account? No. The machine is set in one way for everybody, and that's not how the body is. We're all different, we're all unique, builds are all different. So if you're using machine weights, that's totally fine. If you're lifting with free weights, that's totally fine. They both have their place when working out. My personal preference, I prefer free weights because it just allows for better movement of our bodies naturally. Our bodies is going to move more natural with free weights as compared to machines. I do use machines, but majority of my exercises are free weights. But that's the end of the video. If you found this video informative, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, click the bell icon, don't forget to share with your friends. If you have any questions, leave it down in the comments. I'd be glad to answer your questions. If you have any suggestions for any other videos you want me to make, I'd be glad to take any of your suggestions. I am doing online coaching. I'm gonna have my email in the description. Follow me on Instagram, it's going to be in the description as well. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.